What's up, folks, and welcome back to Dyce Reacts, where we are staying in Australia tonight. We are going to be checking out Moving to Australia Made Me Question Everything. Right our side checks one out. We ain't going to waste no more time. Just going to get right into it, folks. We're going to get right into it. Oh, yeah.
I moved to Australia for 6 months, and it totally changed the way I view everything. I had to question what I believed before. But first, this is Tiffany Travels. I help women and families travel, build wealth, and live richer. So on my channel, you'll find travel vlogs from around the world, as well as interviews with women and families who have moved abroad. If that sounds interesting to you, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. So I did a study abroad in Australia, and I went to New Zealand and Fiji while I was there. This was during a time of my life where my father was very ill. And I was just in a YOLO phase. I was just in this phase where I'm going to do everything that I want to do before something happens to me, before I die. So I was in like a YOLO phase. So I was doing bungee jumping, I was doing whitewater rafting, I was doing canoeing, I was doing all of these excursions all over Australia. And I went from Sydney up to Cairns to New Zealand. I was doing all these things. While I was there doing the excursions, I met other travelers. So even though I was living there at the time, I was meeting travelers because I was doing excursions, like whale watching. I was doing stuff like that.
Really?
In Australia, or going to the Great Barrier Reef and going snorkeling there.
That's interesting. I don't normally hear people of my race do those kinds of activities. Very, very rare. Very rare. I don't want to bring the race back in this, but some of the activities she was, she just said was very alarming, for lack of a better term. Yes, but damn.
So I met people, and the people there were from Europe, or they were mostly from Europe. Every now and again, I'd meet other.
And she's definitely from the Caribbean islands. I think she could be from Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, or maybe Barbados. Those three.
Americans, but for the most part, they were from Europe. And they would be in Australia for 4 to 6 weeks. And I kept meeting people who were saying that they were on holiday. And they were saying, "Oh, how long are you here for?" And I would tell them, "I'm here for a study abroad." And they would say, "Oh, yeah, we're just here for 4 weeks." Or, "We're here for 2 weeks, and then we're going to go 2 weeks in Melbourne. So I started to realize the rest of the world takes a holiday
Hmm.
at least once a year. And by holiday, I mean 4 to 6 weeks, at least once a year. And so I met so many people who were on holiday. I met so many people who were in Australia for 4 to 6 weeks. And they would tell me about their previous travels. So they would say, "Oh, yeah, last year we went to Jamaica, or the year before that we went to the US, or the year before that we were in France, or the year before." This is a regular thing. They travel for weeks every single year. This is not like a once in a lifetime type of situation. This is not, I need a break, I need a gap year, I need a career break, I need a sabbatical. This is how they do life. And I was in college at the time. So I was almost 20, I was 19 years old. And this kind of shaped how I viewed work. I was thinking to myself, we have it backwards in the US. Like, why? And the sun is is coming out. So let me try to position myself so that I'm less in the sun. Yeah, this is just how they do life. And I was in college and I was just thinking this model or the paradigm that we have in the United States where you only go on vacation for 2 weeks and most people don't even use the 2 weeks all at once.
True
That
that.
we get 2 weeks vacation and you got to spread that out throughout the year. It's frowned upon for you to take 2 weeks at once. So people are taking long weekends, people are taking a week at the most, maybe 10 days if you can put it next to a holiday, maybe 10 days, and
I,
then
I feel you now.
that's it. And that is what is normal in the US. And so when I had this experience, this realization, because there was so many people, it wasn't one or two people, it was so many people that I met that had the same experience. It was eye opening. It was like, this is how I want to live my life. I want to be able to take time off from work. I want to be able to take 4 to 6 weeks. I want to be able to take extended travel during the summer.
Yeah.
When I was in Australia, that is when I decided that is how my life is going to look.
Mm.
I am going to make sure that I set myself on a career path that allows me to travel. And so that's the beauty of travel is that you have these aha moments, you have these moments where you are changing your paradigm, you're
Mm-hmm.
changing how you think. And it's a beautiful thing when you question or when you challenge what's normal.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, this, what I thought was normal is not normal. That is overworking. That is working yourself to death. That is not living. What I want to do is live my life and be able to have these experiences that other people have on a regular basis.
I agree with everything you said there. And who wouldn't want a longer vacation? Everyone does. But she explained it so well. And even in my neck of the woods in the Caribbean, it's almost like the same thing. People take it in bits and pieces or put it within a holiday time so they can get extended days. And even if you don't travel or you can't travel, with the internet right now, there you could hear other people's perspective, and it could really give you that aha moment, like she said. And I've seen a lot of different people traveling around the world. I've subscribed to a lot of different people in far countries that I've never heard of, and it gave me a whole different philosophy as well, way of not just looking at things, but almost regretting things in your past, things that you thought that you never look back on and see, damn, I wasted all those years doing something that I at the time you thought it was valuable. Looking back on it now, it's like, did I even want that kind of life? Like, how couldn't you have seen that in the past? But again, you have to see something from someone else's perspective. Especially when you travel, you get that kind of aha moment. But you could also get it through watching different people's journey, especially on social media, especially on YouTube, where there is dedicated content for certain things. And if you're looking to travel or you're just looking to have something different, you have to look at content that's culturally different, because sometimes people tend to just look at things that pertain to their culture, their way of life. But if you, from time to time, take a look at some other cultures, and you might be surprised It might change your perspective and your direction in life. It has happened to me. It is happening to me. Yes, I'm not where I want to be, but it is happening to me. Exactly what she's saying there. Yes. So I understand everything she said. I understood everything she said there, and I agree for 210%. Yeah. Where is she from? I know she's from the Caribbean. She didn't say it in that video, but I can tell by the accent. Yeah. If you want to see that long journal outro that I do, hit me over Dyce Reacts where I do music reactions. This is where I'm going to be making my exit. So until next time, peace out.